About to start. We're good.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Circle of Alchemy Sisters. I am Christy Lynn Channel, and this is my beautiful co-host and producer, Deidre. We are here today, and I wanted to bring through, I was inspired this past week by all of the nature that I had been communicating with. And so I just want to channel a little bit about communicating with nature, communicating with animals, and I feel like it's a fifth dimensional thing. Like I feel like as humans, there's a lot of us who have the ability. Okay, now I feel a channel coming in, so I'm just gonna get rolling. I feel like there's a lot of abilities that us humans have that on the fifth dimension, they're going to get a lot more recognizable, right? So it'll be like all of a sudden one day you'll be like, oh my gosh, like I literally just was talking to a bird and you didn't even realize that you were doing it, right? Like inside your head, you're like, hey bird, and the bird is like, hey, how are you, human? And you're having a conversation and then you snap out of it and you're like, wait a minute. Was I just talking to a bird?
Yeah.
Like, was that real? You know, so, okay, I just want to tell you my experience the other day. I can communicate with animals, but lately I've been communicating with butterflies, hummingbirds, trees, things like that. Okay, so the other day I'm communicating with my hummingbirds at home after I filled their hummingbird feeder. They were so very grateful, right? So I'm sitting under my umbrella at my table, kicked back in my chair, and all of a sudden, now being a channel sometimes has its downfalls because you channel and you don't know that you're channeling sometimes, right? So this hummingbird comes over and it's like hovering in my face, and all of a sudden I'm just like out loud saying, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I literally was like stuck. I was like, thank you, thank you. And I was like, you're welcome, you're welcome. And then it like flew away, right? So like I literally was like a glitch in the matrix, right? The hummingbird it's so hyper and it has so much energy, and it was like, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I was just like stuck repeating it, and I couldn't think of like, I'm Christy, I have to come back, and I have to say, you're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome, you know? So, yeah, we can all communicate with animals. It's just that sometimes, like a lot of our other gifts, we just convince ourselves that it's not real.
Right.
You know, like when I channeled the trees the other day, and I want to bring up, I think they want to talk a lot about the trees. I feel like there's some ancient wisdom coming in today from the trees. So I'm just going to kind of tune in and see what's happening with the trees. And I do keep hearing ancient knowledge, ancient energy, ancient knowledge. And what they're saying is you can communicate with the trees, and they're going to bring up the story that I was telling to you earlier when I channeled the trees earlier this week. So they're saying, let's say that your vibration, you know that you are going to go somewhere. You want to go somewhere, right? So you can communicate with the trees around you and let them know that you would like to find somewhere new, a new destination. You're not sure where this destination is, but you want the trees to send out information and vibrations to the other trees in sort of a designated area, and they will start sort of working on the energy to make it habitable for you, right? The trees carry information. The trees carry vibration. The trees carry ancient knowledge and ancient power. Their mycelium network underneath the ground is connected for thousands and thousands of miles. All the trees know each other, right? So if you're friends with a tree, like where I live, the trees are my friends. You know, I talk to them all the time, whether it's in my head or out loud. Like we are literally friends. I have made friends with the birds. I've made friends with the butterflies. I've made friends with the dragonflies, the river, the trees. They are my friends. So of course, when I get the idea of, I think that my life is about to take me on an adventure. And I feel like I am supposed to be headed in this direction over here. Trees, I love you. You're my friends, and I'm going to miss you so much. They're saying, girl, don't worry about it. We have friends over there, and we're just going to send them a message. We're just going to let them know that this human with this vibration is coming, and then they'll sort of work out a plan to get you in where your vibration fits, right? Because the trees don't want to be around grumpy people, right? The trees want to be around people who have high vibrations, who will talk to them, who will treat them as one, right? So if we have a tree hugging hippie over here with good vibes that's moving somewhere else, the trees are like, oh, we want her here. We have this neighborhood here, or we have this vibration here, we have this little patch of land here, and it'll start to sort of work with the energy in Mother Nature, in your life, again, because energy is everything. So if I am putting energy into something, it's coming out and it's going and it's going and it's going. I'm talking to the trees and they're going. They're all flowing and they're all connected. And before I even get to this new place, my life is already being created. Everything will just flow, right? You know, when you're on a mission to do something, like I have this thing in my mind and I want to do it, right? And then you just keep running into roadblock after roadblock after roadblock after roadblock, but you just keep persisting and you keep pushing through and you keep pushing through, right? In the fifth dimension, living on the fifth dimension, it's not like that. Mm-hmm. If it's meant to be, the doors will go click, 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 right? Because we are now guided by our intuition, right? So the energy is now interacting with our bodies, our physical bodies as humans, and telling us which direction to go. And that's why we've been teaching for how long now? On almost every single one of our podcasts, we've mentioned follow your gut, trust your gut, tuning in to that divine, feminine, beautiful solar plexus intuition that as women, now, of course, all of us as humans have it, but as women, it is divine, right? Your feminine intuition, your feminine side, this solar plexus right here, I want you to really go with how this feels, but you have to combine it with the heart, right? It's a knowing and a love, a knowing and a compassion, a knowing and an understanding, right? We not only know, but we also have this like compassion and love and understanding combined with it, so that we are always going in the direction of new earth, the fifth dimension, love, compassion. And when that is happening, it literally is the doors will that are meant for you will unlock. You won't have to come, but they explained it to me as there won't be any road blocks. There will be speed bumps, right? Because sometimes the universe does have to slow us down a little bit. As humans, we get really excited. We see a timeline, we connect to that timeline, everything is moving for us, and we're like, yes, go. And the universe is saying, wait. We're still creating. So they'll throw a little speed bump in there that it'll sort of be like a life lesson, right? Like we're cruising, we're on a high. We haven't had sort of to have any lessons in a while, and all of a sudden, boop, little tiny hiccup, right? And it slows us down for a little bit because now we have to be aware of this and we have to focus on this and I have to focus on healing this. So I'm not putting as much energy, not fast forwarding this vision as fast as I was. Now I'm focusing on myself, and the universe is like, okay, now the energy can catch up, right? Mm-hmm. So, communicating with trees is how this all started. And this is all about manifesting on a fifth dimensional plane, right? That's how manifestation works, right? We're envisioning something. We're speaking it out loud. We are literally creating the life that we want to live. It's not about remembering to do those things anymore. We're not on that level anymore, right? Like we've gone to the next level. We've done that. We do that on a consistent basis. So now it's about adjusting and waiting for the universe to say like, okay, remember, you're living fifth dimensionally in a fifth dimensional earth. These are the things that are not going to happen. right? You won't run into these incredibly forceful setbacks and road closures if something is meant for you. If
Absolutely.
you come across a road closure, stop. It is not meant for you, right? You're going to come across speed bumps, which are things to sort of slow you down a little bit, make you think about, make you learn a lesson or understand something, have an awareness of something, get better, heal on a more advanced level. You know, they're not going to be roadblocks. They're going to be tiny speed bumps to slow your ass down because you're a really good manifester. And the fifth dimension is strong. And we just got here. So like we have all the like, we're like, yes, I want to manifest this. I want to manifest this. I want to manifest this. And the universe is like, whoa, 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 whoa. Slow down, girl. Slow down. You just got here. Okay. You're eager and you're excited, but you have to wait for the energy to catch up because again, you just got here. And I know you're expecting instant results, but the universe sometimes has to weave and vibrate its way into our lives so that it doesn't cause such a mass destruction when it gets here, right? Because we think that we're ready for things.
Yes.
Right? As humans, we're like, okay, I just saw that flopping around there. As humans, we're like, okay, I'm ready for this. And so I'm going to do it. I'm going to go for it. And in the fifth dimension, the universe will not let us mess up our dreams, mess up our goals. So it will throw little things in to build us higher, right? It's never to take us down. The little speed bumps are not to take us down. They're to develop us more and more because with this new life, with all these wonderful things that you're manifesting, that's a lot of power. It's a lot of responsibility. So you're going to have to be able to handle it. And in order to handle it, there are certain things, certain lessons that you're going to have to be aware of, certain habits that you have, so you will be able to handle it when it gets to you. So when the universe hands you these little speed bumps, be grateful that these speed bumps are coming along because it means that you are now developing into the person that can handle all the manifestations that you've been creating.
And sometimes those manifestations that you've been creating isn't going to come in the exact way you think you want it to come.
Right.
Sometimes the universe knows what is better.
Yeah. And because you're trusting in the universe, you're saying, okay, I've created this energy. This is what I desire. And the universe is saying, got it. I'm going to match you, but better. Right? Because now that you're aware of the possibilities, now that you're aware of how deserving and how worthy and how beautiful and expansive you could possibly be, we're going to give you what you really deserve. Not what you think you deserve, but what you actually deserve, you know? Yep. And on the fifth dimension, when we're living here, we just know that this is reality, right? Now, to a bunch of people who do not live in the fifth dimension like us, we sound like total crackpots, right? So, remembering to when we do go down into those places to visit those people, we do not want to scare them any more than they already are of us, right? So we do have to sort of I don't want to say dumb it down because that
water it down.
Water it down. Water it down is much better. Much better. Water it down. So we don't like get all lit up and we don't talk like, yes, in the fifth dimension, I can do this and I can do this. And like, but we do say things like, you know, well, I just speak joy and intention into my life. And, I like to communicate. You don't have to say that you talk to the birds, but you could say that you watch the birds. You know, we don't want to scare away the people in the third dimension, but we do want to inspire them, right? So we do have to find this like fine line. Now there are, of course, some people who are like, screw that, I'm going to go for it, and I'm just going to talk the way I talk, and the ones that are meant to follow me are going to follow me. Not that we want to create followers or anything, but we do want to create people to be curious.
You're right.
curious of where we live, because it's easy to see that people who are living on a higher dimension, on a higher plane, their lives really don't suck.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, I'm going to bring up, because I always bring this up because it was such a defining moment in my life. But when my dad said to my stepmom, man, Christy's life really does suck, doesn't it? You know, I was a struggling single mom, and it just felt like everything that was bad could happen. And I was playing victim. I was damaged. I was unhealed. And I just sent a video this morning to my dad of my beautiful, peaceful, wonderful, joyous yard with the 30, 40, 50 hummingbirds flying around, all the chirping, like a beautiful, peaceful, wonderful life that I've created. That's what I can compare it to. I was living in the third dimension,
Mm-hmm.
and my life did suck. It really did suck. It was stressful, bro. And I like tried to be happy through the whole thing, you know, like masking, like
Mm-hmm.
I am falling apart and I'm going out partying all the time, and I'm really trying to distract myself, and like just distractions, lots of distractions, lots of unhealthy coping mechanisms, all these things. Once I became aware of the traits and the habits that I had and the reasons why I had them, it's like they all kind of like dwindled down, and I don't have to escape from my mind anymore. I don't have to escape from my experiences anymore. They did happen, but they're not at the forefront of my existence anymore. They're way in the back, and eventually on the fifth dimension, they won't exist anymore, right? That was something that happened on the third dimension. I live on the fifth dimension. That's not my earth. That's not my planet. So actually that happened in another lifetime, you know? And that's really how I like to explain the fifth dimension and the third dimension. It's like a whole lifetime ago. Like we have a new life now, a whole new creation.
So, it's, it's not really off topic, but it's centered around what you were just talking about. I was on a walk a couple days ago, and I was thinking, I guess, reflecting on the past, and I caught myself in the moment, and I'm like, oh my God, I can almost feel what I felt then. It was
Yes.
almost like I was at a timeline, and I could feel that timeline. It's like I could feel the energy. I can smell like this smell that reminded me of this time in my life. Like I was experiencing all the feelings of this exact moment. And I'm like, I stopped for a second. I'm like, why is I can feel this old timeline, like I can reach out and touch it. But whenever I think about me in the future on another timeline, like living my dream, living everything that I know that I have in this other timeline, it's almost harder to feel that timeline than it is to feel a timeline that you're not in anymore.
Because still in your mind as a human, you've experienced this old timeline. This new timeline is, as a human, just this fantasy. And we can feel it. You can feel it. When you think about your higher timeline, you can feel it, right? Like it gets you.
It's almost not
feeling.
as clear as the old timeline is. It's like literally I'm living it.
Yeah.
But it's harder to grasp onto it if I'm explaining it correctly. But
okay, so I also want to talk about, since we're bringing that up, when I have those timeline moments, when I can feel that old timeline right there, I look at the me, pay attention to the me that's in that timeline, and I try to go and talk to her. Okay? Like, I don't know how many times I go back to my damaged little girl self who, and again, I talk about this all the time, she's always at the bar. She's always at the bar. And I just talk to her and I tell her, because I know that everything is happening simultaneously, right? I know that that damaged little girl is still out there living her life in this damaged way. So if it's coming up into my timeline, I'm going to try to go back like the butterfly effect. And I'm going to warn her about certain things. I'm going to tell her about certain things. I always tell her about how cool we are. Like, girl, you're worried about things right now, but let me show you our life. Let me show you how cool you are. Let me show you your children. Let me show you your life. This is all the stuff that you're going to have. So all this stupid shit right here that you're like trying to escape and get away from, it means jack shit. It means jack shit. Because that life over there, that's where you end up. Look how cool you are. Look how fucking cool you are. And I mean, like, she does think I'm cool, right? Because I am cool, right? Like, I know what I've survived. I know that damaged little 23-year-old girl. And I know that when I go back to her and I communicate with her, she looks at me like, holy shit, I have gray hair and dreadlocks. What? You know, like, it's cool. So anytime that timeline is right there and you can feel it, go talk to yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely will.
Mm-hmm. Just introduce yourself and say, I'm future you. And I just want to let you know you're doing great. You're doing a great fucking job. And I know that nobody communicates with, you don't hear that very often, you know, like that's what our younger selves, like our younger selves, my younger self just needed love and needed support. And my entire life, I mean, I go back, I talk to my teenage self because she lived through some horrible things. My young girl self, like my 5, 6, 7, 8, like I've gone back and I've had conversations with all of them and just letting them know, like, I see you. I see you. I'm paying attention. I'm noticing things. I understand how you feel, because as a child, as a teenager, as a young adult, what do you want more than anything, especially when you're living in conditions that you can't speak of, right? It's a secret. It's a secret. So you just have to live in a sort of hold everything in, don't talk about anything, don't let anybody know, like, don't show anybody the emotions that you're really carrying. It's just all an act for a very long time. So going back to those moments and saying, I see you. I see what you're going through. I see how you feel. I see what happened. I understand, you know, and just let them be seen and let them be heard. But don't allow them to carry it alone, you know, because our younger selves, that's how we go back in time, and that's how we heal ourselves. Again, all of these timelines are happening at once. We have a memory of it because it was a timeline, because it was an experience. And when they are presenting themselves, when I take psilocybin journeys, when I go to the plant medicine, I set intentions for the plant to show me exactly what I need to see, to heal in this moment. You know, it's not just for fun. It's show me what I need to see, you know, show me. And in those moments is usually when I'm going back to my younger self and I'm like talking to her and I'm telling her that she's worthy and that she's seen and that she's wonderful and that let's do something about it. You want help? Let's do it. You know, let's get you help. And in that timeline, if you're thinking in your head, what could we have done different in this circumstance? What is the highest outcome? What is the highest timeline? Visualizing is everything, right? So I can go back to that little girl and I can say, let's tell someone and change that outcome so that our little girl feels heard. She feels heard. She feels supported. She feels like someone is finally paying attention. I've been begging for someone to just pay attention, just to notice that I'm not okay, you know? And it's us. We can save ourselves.
Yeah, good.
Wow.
That's good.
That is a good one.
Yeah, it is a very good one, because I didn't even think about talking to myself at that moment. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be more aware of that experience next time.
I'm playing with my microphone. I had to move it because I have a loud mouth and it makes the microphone vibrate. So that's what I'm playing with. That's what that is down there. Okay, so do we have any questions for anything that we've talked about right now?
No.
Living in the fifth dimension, again, we're not aspiring to get there.
We're already
We're
there.
already there. It already exists. So let's talk about, I know in the last episode we talked about there's not a lot of businesses that exist in the fifth dimension yet, right? They're catching on, and they will, but at this moment it's like there's a lot of inspired entrepreneurs. Mm-hmm. Right? The fifth dimension is all about being inspired. The fifth dimension is about doing what you love. The fifth dimension is all about creating the energy that you desire to live in. So what there is right now is a lot of people who are exploring entrepreneurship. They feel like they have a great idea inside of them. So eventually, most of those entrepreneurs will have businesses in the fifth dimension, but at this moment in time, there's only a few little here and there of brick and mortar, fully fifth dimensional operating businesses. Eventually, it'll be like two different planets. Like there will be a third dimension, and there will be banks, and there will be stores, and there will be, and what they're showing me is eventually it'll be like bars on the windows and stuff. Like the third dimension will sort of like be ghetto, right? Like, I don't want to sound offensive. Maybe I chose the wrong word, but like it'll look unsafe. It'll feel unsafe. There will be bars on the windows. There will be locks on the doors, things like that. And it's like the fifth dimension. Again, I've said so many times, like things that it's just like there's higher vibrations there. There's higher energy there. So like bad energy doesn't really feel comfortable in the fifth dimension. So let's say that we're living in the fifth dimension, and we're neighboring a third dimensional housing area. It's almost as if what's stopping those people from coming and taking all of your fifth dimensional everything, the energy.
Yeah.
They don't want nothing to do with it. You know, it's like being a high vibrational energy. Low vibrations don't want anything to do with you, right? So that's why there's a lot of people at this moment in time triggered by a lot of things that maybe high vibrational people do. Like, I don't know what gets under my skin about her, but she just irks me. Right? Like, is she really that happy all the time? Is she really that positive all the time? Or is that just an act? You know, like, I lost it. I lost the channel.
I was really interested. I was like, where's she going?
Yeah, I lost it. It's a third dimensional versus fifth dimensional triggering with your light triggers people in the darkness is really what it is. So being prepared to like be a trigger. You know, you are a trigger, but knowing how to handle being a trigger in the most aware way, not feeling victimized.
Okay. Are you done?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I didn't want to interrupt. I just had a thought.
Yes.
So on the other side of it, a fifth dimensional, higher vibrational, higher frequency, going and spending time with third dimensional, lower vibrational people, okay, it's me. Okay, I have to get more detailed, so I can only use how I'm feeling.
And it's not necessarily third dimensional people, but the third dimension. The third dimension. We don't want to pick on people, but they live in another dimension that's lower. Well, it's not them. It's the dimension they live in.
You have all the technical terms and all the you know, the appropriate ways of describing things. So take me, for example, I have a meeting tomorrow to go and entertain company that I'd prefer not to entertain. But it's not my experience, and it's not for me. It's for my husband's mother. Okay. And that wants this experience. And out of respect and love, they want me to be present. So it's not my experience, but I don't want to be there. Now, what I am having a hard time with is, why do I not want to be there? Is it because I do not want to be around them or be a part of this scenario? Or is it fear of being in engaging in this meeting. And I can't decipher. I feel like maybe it's a mixture of all of it. But I have made the decision to go anyway. So you're feeling you're feeling how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Because I can see your face, and that's literally, that face is how I feel on the inside. It gives me the ick thinking about being around these people. And so I need like help with the bigger picture.
So let's say that you were a tarot reader or a psychic, and or a life coach, mm-hmm. and someone was coming to you, mm-hmm. and they were telling you this information. Mm-hmm. What advice would you give them?
Because I'm personally tied to it, I don't know what I would say.
I know that I would tell people that you don't have to be anywhere where your energy makes.
Well, I've already told myself that. I did.
That's my answer.
I know, I don't, but I'm making sure that
we're no longer sacrificing ourselves and our feelings and our vibrations for other people's happiness. We're not doing that. In the fifth dimension, like you shouldn't. My personal opinion is that if you feel uncomfortable somewhere, why the fuck are you going there?
Making sure that it's actually me feeling uncomfortable with their energy, or is it more on another level, like maybe a little bit of
because every time I have where I have to decide, like I know that when I go there, I'm gonna have this experience because my past experiences have proven to me that this is the way that these people operate. And I know that afterwards I'm going to feel exhausted. I'm going to have a headache. I know that I am literally going to have to act and put on a face the entire time. And my experiences have shown me that I am so much better without those experiences. Like, why would I put I work hard to remain in my energy. Mm-hmm. And when you are, say, surrounded mm-hmm. by energies that are completely different than you, yes, you can heal all the energy in the room, right? But it's exhausting. It's exhausting. Your light is beautiful and it's going to shine, but are they going to receive it?
No.
Right? It's different when people are ready to receive. Mm-hmm. Right? When they're ready to receive and we go there and we shine our light and people are affected. They're like, there's something about you, but when you're going and you just know that this is just going to be a cycle of negative over and over and not aware of any of the circumstances that they are causing for themselves. Someone always playing victim. It's just not it's not a healthy energy. Obviously, you can make your own decisions and you can make your own choices. But if I were reading someone, they weren't my friend, mm-hmm. and I was just reading them, energy would tell me you don't have to go anywhere where you don't feel comfortable. You do not have to subject yourself to uncomfortable situations out of proving your love any longer. That's advice that I would give if I was reading someone. So we don't have to prove to our spouse that we love them by being in uncomfortable situations. Our spouses know that we love them.
Yeah. 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 So this can be used for anybody out there.
So. For sure.
Yeah.
I, as someone who has worked entirely too hard to create the person that I am today, that yes, I usually am in a good mood. Yes, mm-hmm. my energy does usually stay high. Even when I am going through things, I do not remain in that energy. I process through that energy. And the reason that I am able to do those things is because I keep myself out of dangerous situations. I keep myself out of energy vampires and power, and yes, I have my own power and it's hard. I'm able to stand in my own power, but you're going to their energy where it is very, very present. It would be different if they were coming into your energy where your energy is very present.
They want to be in a neutral spot, which is better than going to their place. But when I envision them as snakes.
Oh my God.
It's just like it's what pops up, and it's almost like, you know how cords,
I can't help it.
you know, they're cords. Like when I feel like cords attaching to me from them, it looks like a snake, like a dark snake that wants to like just reach out and just like bite me.
So
that's what it feels like.
I would not be comfortable around. I would not.
I wouldn't.
And I don't.
And I did tell my mother-in-law that I probably would not go. Yesterday, I'm like, I have respect, but I feel like my energy changes so much that what I really want to say is I don't want to go. And that was the first answer I gave from the beginning, was I do not want to attend.
You trusted your intuition.
And then I changed it
out of
love. And I'm like, I'm strong enough to do this, but it makes me feel sick to my gut.
We don't do things that make us sick. We don't do things we don't have to be subjected to those things out of proving things anymore.
So you guys get to learn a lesson with me. Yes. Yep.
We don't have to prove our love. We do not have to prove our love. We do not. Ever. You do not have to prove your love. Ever. Like, I'm listening and looking for a channel to like go with that, but there is none. You do not have to prove your love. Ever. You should not ever have to prove your love for someone. There is a difference between existing in love. I exist in love. I exist in love. My loved ones can feel my love because I exist in it. But I'm not doing things out of obligation to prove that I love someone.
Oh, that's the exact word I used, was obligation.
Yes.
Yeah.
We don't have obligate. We're not obligated anymore to subject ourselves to things that we know are.
I know it's not good for me.
Right.
I know it's not good for me, and I know what it's going to take to recover from it. And I know that even thinking about being in there, I'm like, I need a drink. I need to smoke. I need to find the nearest, biggest, can we say it? Blunt joint?
I think you can say that. Okay. It's legal here.
It's like, I was thinking of all these coping mechanisms to allow myself to enter this scenario. And I'm like, do I really want to enter something that I feel like I have to use coping mechanisms for?
Right.
And if obviously the energy is real, if I see that look on your face, I'm not making it up. This is a real energy. Sometimes it's hard to decipher if I am creating it in my head or if the energy actually exists.
Yeah, well, I'm like leaning as far back as I can. And I'm like, ew, I don't want nothing to do with that.
No.
Yeah, no, now that's just me. That's just me. And it's just the things that I've channeled. Like, I obviously know that as a fifth dimensional person, as someone who has understanding and compassion for everyone, I understand and have compassion that there are reasons that people are the way they are. They have behaviors because they weren't loved enough, because they weren't accepted. Like all the things that they display, there is reasons. And I have complete understanding and compassion for them. But it's and I know that we do have to be strong in ourselves and not let the world penetrate us, but us penetrate the world. And maybe it's just me not being as ascended as I need to be, but I am not going somewhere where I'm not comfortable.
See, that's the whole thing. That's what I was struggling so hard with, because I want to be ascended enough to where I can enter into any a scenario and it not affect me.
So let's also remember that we just got to the fifth dimension.
Yeah.
And it feels really good.
Yeah, it does.
It feels really good here.
And I'm not ready to go back to 3D.
Even for a visit.
No.
Not yet. Maybe eventually. Maybe with the more healing. Maybe with, but it's okay to feel uncomfortable. We've been taught for so long, even as children. That's why most of us children were taken advantage of, because we were taught to just like be uncomfortable. Just be uncomfortable. Just do it. Mm-hmm. Just do it. Go hug that old creepy uncle, because that's the nice thing to do.
Yeah.
No. Like, no, we don't have to do that anymore. We don't have to do anything that we don't feel comfortable with. And it's not us being assholes. It's us saying, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm stopping this behavior. I'm stopping this cycle. I'm stopping it, because I don't want my children or my grandchildren or my great-grandchildren to be raised in a world where they have to be uncomfortable for the sake of other people.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
So I'm not going to do that. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry if this makes you fight with your husband. Well, Christy said.
No, I mean, like, literally, you validated all the things that I was feeling before I ever started talking myself out of it.
Yeah. Trust your intuition. Trust your feelings. It's not about being mean. We're not being mean. We're not being hateful.
See, that's all the feelings that I started feeling afterwards, all the things that you're programmed to believe about yourself. You need to be respectful. You need to be there for your husband. You need to put on a smiling face. You can do it. I mean, it's going to make you look like a bitch if you don't. It's going to make them, they're the winners because they got the best of you. I'm thinking all this in my head. Nobody's telling this stuff to me. And I'm like, ooh, all that stuff feels so toxic.
Yeah, it did. I did not like it. I did not like that at all.
I'm like, I don't know what to do here. Like, I see all these things, but like, how do I separate them and pick the spot that I belong in? Yeah. Well, the beginning, my intuition, don't go.
Yeah. And again, we are not responsible for what other people think or feel. I cannot go. I will not be able to attend. And no reasons. Like, you don't know is a complete sentence. Like, you don't have to. You don't have to, and you don't have to give a reason. I will not be able to attend. I hope you guys have so much fun. Eat some good food for me. Mm-hmm. Like, sending out the best intentions, and oh my gosh, I want you guys to have so much fun. But no, I can't attend. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Not even sorry.
No, I'm not sorry. I am going to.
That means you're doing something wrong.
Yes. It means you feel guilty and you're apologizing for it. I don't feel guilty. But I will be having another discussion with my mother-in-law tomorrow, but with my husband tonight.
Yeah. Real life.
Real life. Yes. But maybe this also is relatable for somebody else.
Yeah, for sure. It's a lesson for everyone. Like, we do not have to, and it's not being selfish, and it's literally just standing up for yourself. Like, no, I don't feel comfortable. And like, for most of my life, I went through uncomfortable situations. My childhood, like, I was uncomfortable a lot, and as an adult, adult on the healing journey. And again, maybe I'm just too early on my healing journey where I'm still not okay with it, but I'm not okay with being uncomfortable.
I'm not either.
And I'm not going to go somewhere where I'm not accepted. And I'm not going to go somewhere where I'm not going to be treated as family. And I'm not going to go somewhere where people don't love me for exactly who I am. Which is why I don't visit certain people in my life or establishments very often, third dimensional businesses versus fifth dimensional. It's real. And houses, it's real.
Yes.
It's real. And because we are still so early on this journey, like, I'm sure eventually we'll get used to, and we'll just be able to shrug it off and be like, that's their life, that's their path, that's the way they're living. I'm just going to go over there, and I'll have a lovely time. There will be a time, I'm sure, that you'll be able to do that. But if that's not now, that's okay.
Yeah.
Right? There's still something there that you have to heal from in order to continue to expose yourself to that energy. There's some sort of healing that has to take place, and that's okay. Like, healing is a never-ending journey. Yes. We're never stopping. And this is just one of those little speed bumps that is happening in the great creation of things. This is a speed bump to slow you down, and make you think and be aware and stand in your power. And it's not always about standing in your power either, right? Sometimes we do have to be very aware. What is this showing me? What is this teaching me? What can I learn from it? It's not just about, no, I'm not going. We have to think a little bit deeper, and we have to be aware. Why do I feel uncomfortable? What is the deeper meaning? And it's not about that other person, because remember, everyone is a mirror showing you things that you may not like.
Yes. Yes. So, we have talked about the man in the mirror. Like, everybody in your life is a reflection of you, but not necessarily of like how you behave. Maybe they hold characteristics or behaviors that you do not want in your life, or you do not relate to, or that you don't tolerate.
Potentials of what you could be, or potentials of what you used to be. Like showing you things that maybe you used to display, and now you do not display these things, and it's showing you how far you've come.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
So not necessarily a reflection of you exactly at this moment.
Right.
But there are traits inside of you that you are aligning with these people, and they're showing you these things to teach you something about it. And it could be very well like, look how far I've come, because I used to live in that energy, right? You don't have to think about it right now in this moment.
I'm like, I don't know. Let's try to figure it out. I'm like, I'm in school, I'm in class. Let's figure this out.
That's so funny. I love it. Okay, so I'm just going to tune in and see if there's any closing messages. And they're saying, no, you guys are doing good. You're making it relatable for everyone. The healing journey is exactly that. It is a journey. And there are lumps, and there are bumps, and there are self-discoveries, and there are reflections. And there are so many things that we get to enjoy and discover, but also learn about ourselves. And the more we learn and discover about ourselves, the deeper and the more true our paths will become. So the reflections are very important to pay attention to, but they are not something that is there to discourage you. It is only there to show you something that you should be aware of. It's a journey. It's a healing journey, and the journey, it never ends. So take these lessons and please enjoy living on the fifth dimension. It is a beautiful place to be. And again, you have just gotten started. Welcome to brand new earth. Brand new earth. You just got here. Enjoy, please enjoy, because there is so many many beautiful things to explore, and do not get swept away by they're saying the destruction that the energy in the third dimension can cause you. So they're saying like to stand up for yourself and remain in the energy that you create for yourself. Do not allow anyone to create your energy for you. Absolutely. And if you cannot control your energy, if you're not in a space where you're able to do that, it is okay to stay out of the situation until you are able to do that.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's just self-development. Self-development is really all they're saying. Like, you'll eventually get to the place where you'll be able to go anywhere and deal with anyone. But at this moment in time, you're not there, and that's okay. And there's no judgment. It's your journey.
Thank you.
All right. And on that, I don't think I have anything else.
All right. We'll see you again next time. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. We love you.